My friends, good afternoon. This is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. 30 plus years of clinical experience in medicine. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to you about why healthcare professions for you are a great alternative to the high-tech industry jobs. If your brain is made for the high-tech industry, computer programmer, hardware engineer, blah, 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 right? Go ahead, feel free to follow your dream. If your brain is made for law school, to be a lawyer, go ahead, become a lawyer, be my guest, and good luck to you, right? If your brain is made for business, if your brain is made for music, if your brain is made for painting, if your brain is made for carpentry, blah, 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 follow your dream. Follow your dream. Follow your dream. Don't follow the money. Go wherever your dream and your brain wants to take you, right? And then work hard to achieve your goal. But if like a lot of people in my family, in my entourage, in my neighbors, I see it all the time around me. Young people in their 20s, young people in their early 20s or late 20s who don't know what to do. They tried this, they tried that, they don't know what to do with their life, right? They worked at the McDonald's, they worked here, they worked there, they are not happy. People in their 30s who have office desk work, people in their 40s, even people in their 50s, it is never late to change, to get a training, to get retrained, to study again, and to find a job in healthcare. If you are in early 20s or mid 20s or late 20s and you still don't know what you want to do, are you going to go law school, business school, are you going to go become a bus driver, a carpenter, a plumber? You don't know what to do. What do you have to lose? Try one of these dozens and dozens and dozens of healthcare professions, right? Again, if you like computer gaming, if you like music, if you like painting, if you like arts, if you like dancing, follow your dream. But a huge amount, millions of young people in their early 20s, early 30s, mid 20s, early 40s, either don't know yet what to do and what direction they want to go, or they are not happy with their job, either because their job is boring, 9 to 5 office desk, or they don't want to do it anymore, or the money is not good. So instead of trying these high-tech jobs, why don't you go into the healthcare industry? Dozens and dozens and dozens of different professions in the healthcare industry. Nursing, right? Registered nurse. Licensed vocational nurse, nurse practitioner, physician assistant, doctor, technologist, surgical technologist, X-ray technology, MRI technology, CT technology, radiology technology, emergency room technology, physician assistant, medical assistant. I mean, it just never ends. And the number of professions that you can find and put your foot into when you enter the healthcare industry is gigantic. And a lot of these professions can be a stepping stone for higher professions. Like, let's suppose you are an X-ray technologist. Well, you can get training 6 more months and become a CT technologist, become an MRI technologist, become an X-ray become an ultrasound technologist, become a physician assistant, become a nurse, become a licensed vocational nurse, right? There are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of professions in healthcare industry that will pay you a lot of money, that will keep you happy, that will never make you being bored at work, that can be converted later into higher level profession, and that will never ever leave you unemployed. In the state of California, where I live right now, I live in the beautiful but super expensive Silicon Valley, the city of Mountain View, California. It is impossible in California to not have a job if you are a healthcare professional, right? Even if you are a lower level healthcare professional, with 6 months or 1 year or a year and a half of retraining, you can get to a higher level, right? Let's suppose you are a medical assistant, right? You do the job for 2 years and you want more money, you want something better. Well, you study 2 more years and you become a licensed vocational nurse. Everywhere in California, in addition to this, everywhere around the nation, there's an endless demand for doctors, physician assistants, nurses, nurse practitioners, ultrasound technologists, X-ray technologists, MRI technologists, CT technologists, surgical technologists. I mean, you name it, the dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of professions that you can find in the healthcare industry and be happy, make a lot of money, and improve yourself in the future, because it just never ends. The amount of growth that you can have in the healthcare industry never ends. Me, Dr. B, despite 30 years of experience in the healthcare industry, I still keep training to get more licenses, more certification, more knowledge and skills, right? Right now I am studying to become a cardiac electrophysiologist, right? I'm a licensed cardiac imaging specialist, licensed in medical special. I'm a licensed medical imaging specialist. I have 14 licenses in America. This is the USA and North American record. 14 at high level medical imaging. I am right now studying to become a cardiac electrophysiologist, right? I mean, it's crazy. I don't do it for the money or the job. I do it for my passion. My point is to say, if you are young, if you are middle-aged, even in your 50s, right? I'm 50 years young. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to retrain. Learn from your cradle to your grave. Do not stop learning once you age. Do not stop learning because you have a profession already that pays the bills and blah, blah, blah. Keep learning. Learn from your cradle to your grave. Improve your knowledge and your skills, regardless of your profession. Improve your knowledge and your skills in any field where you are, from the cradle to the grave, right? So remember that artificial intelligence is taking over the high-tech industry. I'm not saying that you're not going to have a job if you don't go in computer software, hardware, blah, 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 right? But with all these hundreds of thousands of people that they bring for cheap from India and China, right? If you are an American and you don't know what to do and you fear, which is absolutely correct, that artificial intelligence is going to eliminate a lot of jobs in the high-tech industry. And it's absolutely true. I'm not imagining. I mean, just look at the news. Everybody who is in healthcare, who is in the high-tech industry, every leader is telling you that half of the job will be eliminated within the next 1 or 2 decades, right? Half of the freaking job in high-tech will be eliminated, right? And the rest of them will be taken because all these high-tech people, they keep bringing cheap labor from India, and China so that they can pay them cheap, right? So they sponsor their work visas, right? And they bring them so that they don't have to pay you, the American person, a decent wage and benefits and blah, 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 right? Because they want to put profit before everything else. But in healthcare industry, they cannot replace a nurse. They cannot replace a doctor. They cannot replace an emergency room physician, an emergency room nurse, an emergency room technologist. They cannot replace a surgeon, a surgical technologist, an x-ray technologist, an MRI technologist. Patients still need to have face-to-face interaction with people, even though there are some artificial doctors by some hospital where the patient calls and there's this fake artificially AI generated doctor or nurse that interact. But this is basic interaction to give the results and answer simple questions, right? Patients still need to go see their doctor, still need to talk face to face, even if it's telemetry medicine, like for instance, a patient who is disabled and lives far away, it's difficult for that patient to come regularly to the clinic or to the hospital. So directly face to face like this, like I'm talking to you, a lot of doctors and nurses, for basic appointment, they will do a chat online on the video like this, like I'm doing with you, right? But the patients sometimes need to have a clinical exam. Many times, actually, they need to be examined by a doctor. No robot will ever be able to do a clinical examination, a physical examination, the way a doctor does, right? No robot will be able alone to do surgery, right? Even though we have the Da Vinci robot, the Da Vinci robot is guided by a surgeon sitting behind the freaking console of the robot, right? So it's not like you will be able to replace healthcare workers the same way they are able to replace all these people in the high-tech industry, right? And believe me, healthcare, there's so many different professions that even if you don't like to see blood, a lot of people tell me, well, yesterday I saw this young girl at the clinic. She was accompanying her mom to come check her heart, right? And I asked the lady, she was in her early 20s, what do you want to do? She wasn't sure. And I said, why don't you go into nursing or medical assisting? She said, I don't like to see blood. Okay, but there's dozens of professions in healthcare where you don't need to see blood, where you don't need to draw blood. Dozens and dozens and dozens, right? Where you can work without seeing blood, right? Without having to draw blood. You don't have to go work in the emergency room. You don't have to go work in the surgical department to see blood. You can work in a normal, regular clinic. You can become a pediatrician nurse. You can become a long-term care nurse. You can become an oncology nurse. You can become dozens and dozens and dozens of different professions in the nursing industry, in the medical industry, in the healthcare industry globally. And if you love to travel, my God, these travel agencies will grab you immediately. Because right now in California, even in California, there are dozens of travelers' jobs available, hundreds, nationwide, thousands of travelers' jobs in nursing, doctor, MRI, CT, X-ray, medical assisting, this, that. I mean, it's just unbelievable, right? And what do you have to lose, right? What do you have to lose? Just try it. I'm sure you're going to love it because there's so many different fields and branches in healthcare that you can choose the branch that you like. Right? It's not like being a computer programmer and all you do is programming, right? In healthcare, you can have dozens and dozens and dozens of different branches of healthcare. I mean, the list would go from the ceiling to the floor if I wanted to list the different professions in healthcare, right? Just Google them. You're going to see hundreds of different professions in healthcare that will make you happy financially, happy because you're going to interact in a great environment. You'll be with people. You will become a people's person instead of saying the whole freaking day behind a computer and doing coding, right? And then learn that 2 years later, they have replaced you with a freaking artificial intelligence the way they are doing everywhere now. Google, Facebook. I live in Silicon Valley. Google, Facebook, freaking Yahoo, everywhere they're laying off thousands of people being laid off because now they don't need them anymore. The freaking computer, I'm not a computer expert, but the freaking artificial intelligence is doing in 2 seconds the work of 20 software engineers that would take them 20 years to do, right? It's a freaking supercomputers. They have these freaking supercomputers that can do the job of 20 people in 1 second, right? So they don't need so many people in the high-tech industry now, right? And so think about it. If you are a mother or a father, or if you and you have kids, or if yourself you are an adult in your early 20s, or you just graduated from high school, or you are in your early 30s, mid 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, early 50s, mid 50s, go ahead, and you are bored or you are unemployed because of ageism, age discrimination, because they fired you from Google or Facebook or Yahoo or any other freaking company, high-tech, or you got fired because you were working in corporate America, right? Corporate America, the same thing. It's just becoming artificial intelligence and everything, right? So just give it a try. Give it a try. You can get a degree or a diploma or a certificate, right, in 1.5 years. It's crazy. In 1.5 years, in 18 months. In 18 months, you can become a ultrasound technologist, X-ray technologist, MRI technologist, licensed vocational nurse, medical assistant in 6 months. A lot of these jobs will pay you a lot of money, except maybe medical assistant, but medical assistant gives you the experience, the training, because you're young, and it will be a stepping stone later to become a nurse, to become a physician assistant, to become an X-ray technologist, a medical ultrasound technologist, MRI technologist, to go work in the operating room, to become a perfusionist. I mean, there's hundreds of stuff. If you like emergency medicine, go become a paramedic. Paramedics, my God, you're going to make a lot of money, right? I mean, there's so many jobs, for God's sake, that you can do in the healthcare industry. What do you have to lose? Try it. I swear to God, you will not regret it. I swear to God, you will not regret it. And if you have no choice, you're sitting at home, you're depressed because you lost your job, you've been trying to find a job in high tech or in corporate America, it's been already a year past, a year and a half past. For God's sake, what do you have to lose? Just do it. Just do it. Get a training. Go join any of these dozens and dozens of vocational schools in healthcare. Get a training in MRI, in CT, in X-ray, in physician assisting, in in nursing, vocational nursing, blah blah blah. My God. You're gonna be so happy, and I swear to God, you're not gonna regret it, and you will be grateful to me for telling you that. Stay away from these boring jobs, whether it's in corporate America, whether it's in computer high-tech stuff, whether it's in office job, like the guy working at the county over there, sitting behind the desk, doing, I don't know what the cats are they're doing from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock. The job is boring. The guy cannot wait to checking the clock constantly to see when 5 o'clock gonna come or 4 o'clock gonna come so that they can get the hell out of that boring, depressing job that millions of Americans have. Give it a try. Healthcare is a beautiful, beautiful field. The best decision in my life was to go into healthcare, to become a doctor, to go into medical school more than 30 years ago. I have absolutely no regret, and I love it. I will do never anything else, and I will never retire from medicine because I love medicine. My brain is not made for anything else. I cannot imagine, right now I'm 50. I cannot imagine in 15 years being 65 and saying I'm going to retire and blah, blah, blah. It's not made for me. I've traveled all around the world. I speak fluently 5 languages, learning my language number 6, which is the Thai language. I've been everywhere. Been there, done that, right? My passion is for medicine, for people, for patients. I will keep doing medicine until I'm 100 years old, God willing, and I sleep and I die healthy in my bed, in my sleep. Until then, I hope that you will stay with me and follow me, follow my recommendation. I post a lot of videos about how to stay healthy, how to age gracefully, and to avoid nasty degenerative diseases, cancer, heart attack, stroke, heart failure, kidney failure, dementia, Alzheimer dementia, blah, 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 blah. Follow my recommendation. Dr. B graduated from medical school more than 30 years ago. I took the Hippocratic oath to never put my benefit above yours. Your benefit will always come first and above mine. I love you regardless of your gender, ethnicity, politics, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Black, White, Latino, Asian, blah, 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 whether you're a man, a woman, anything in between, whether you're a Catholic, Protestant, religious, atheist, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, I don't give a catso. I love you. I give you a big hug. Put your comments and your question down there. I promise I will get back to you as soon as I have the time in my busy but beautiful life. And I hope to talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.